Previously we had a look, like a long time ago, at a VCR that records on W-VHS format and tapes. That is an analog high definition video format, and it sort of worked but not really, but I also might not have been hooking it up right because I didn't have any pre-recorded tapes, only these blank ones, and it probably needed a component video input to work. Maybe we'll revisit that one day. Anyway, that's not what we're looking at today. Instead, we've got here this good thing here. It's a D-VHS or digital VHS machine which records in high definition digital using MPEG 2 encoding, and it's more or less like the tape drives that used to back up computer data onto, and that it just records a bit stream onto a tape and that plays it back and decodes it into video. So what we've got here is it's a JVC, well no, it's actually a Victor HM-DR10000. 10,000, that's quite a lot. Let's have an exploration of the front and back cover of this thing, and then we'll turn it on perhaps. So it's got this good business. This is something I've had knocking about for a while, and other than looking inside it to see how the mechanism needed to be arranged to repair that W-VHS mechanism, which turned out had a bit snapped off of it, I haven't done anything with this machine, not even powered it up, so we'll try that out today. Maybe it doesn't work at all. And it's got this clean front on it, D-VHS badge, various indicators. It supports S-VHS, regular VHS, as well as D-VHS. Is that the indication that it's doing? Pretty sure there was a mode that allowed it to record digital onto like a regular VHS tape. I don't know, it's been a while since I looked into all that stuff. And then some logos. It's got Firewire, which should be HDV potentially. Well, I've never been able to get that to work. D-VHS. What does it say there? Are we able to focus on that up close? It says MTP, is it? MTP, NTSC, S-VHS, and G. So that's pretty great. So it's a D-VHS digital recorder. It's got front inputs, S-video and composite, a selector for something. Alright, so that's the remote control channel selector, that switch there. And then we've got down here, this is the golden age of VCRs, isn't it? Where everything was an ugly gold colour. Well, it doesn't really come through on the video as much. Oh yeah, this will help, won't it? Timer, power supply, take out or eject, display switch, whether it's on or off. Then got the TV tuner business, navigation, okay, menu cancellation, normal transport controls there, 3D time-based corrector. Yeah, so there's a time-based corrector and a 3D time-based corrector, D-VHS selection, there's a jog shuttle control. Here we go, look at this, it's got an LS3 mode, long time digital recording. Does that mean that you can record standard definition at a fairly low bitrate on a D-VHS tape and have a really long record, maybe? It's because digital TBC and full spec 3D and S-VHS ET. All sorts of good things. MPEG 2 encoder decoder and a DV decoder. Alright, there's a good amount of stuff there. Let's see what we got on the back. AC 100 volts, of course, because it's Japan. No other voltages supported. And then there's various inputs and outputs. That's the outputs there. That's 2 sets of inputs. Composite and S-video for each of those. And then there's the that kind of stuff that comes out of satellite decoders and things. Like TV decoders, plug various bits and pieces into these connectors. Yeah, external BS equipment. And then there's the TV aerial and I think satellite as well. Yeah, VHF, VHF, and a satellite tuner. Alright, we've got all sorts of wonderful things there. Let's take it apart and have a look inside it. Once we get the top off, we can turn it on well, attempt to turn it on, see if it powers up, and if it powers up we'll try it out. If it doesn't power up, then we'll just take a look around inside it and also see if anything's obvious. It's probably going to have bad capacitors, because that's what things like this have these days, unfortunately. If it doesn't work, we'll turn on a different D-VHS machine and have a look at that, just for the fun of trying out a D-VHS machine, because I've got another one sitting just down there. Guess you take these things off. Don't know if you need to, but anyway, they came off. Just things to make it heavier, aren't they? Yes, this is pretty modern. There's not a lot going on inside it. Just some boards and a pretty basic mechanism. We gotta get rid of that head cleaning thing, because that's probably gonna munt the video head. I don't know what's holding it on. It's all covered in fluff, so I don't really want that touching. Anyway, look what we got inside here. Back panel board, some sticking up, well, a sticking up board, the tunery things, little thing there. Everything's on a board underneath the mechanism where we can't see it. Just some ribbon cables. Everything's all nice and dusty. And then there's a power supply down here. And then I think there's a separate layer in this section which will have the special D-VHS stuff. Hang on a minute, we didn't even look at some of the terminals on the back, did we? We skipped over some of the important stuff. Let's solve that problem right now and look at the more interesting ones. Yeah, we failed to look at this bottom area. So it's got the Firewire inputs and outputs, and it's an S200 200 megabits mode, iLink DV. There's another thing here, not sure what that is. Is that open? Maybe it's not supposed to open. Is that a USB connector? No, it's some kind of like ribbon cable thing. Oh well, I guess we ruined that. Maybe it's some kind of firmware update or programming header thing. It's just like a flat flex connector. And then we got this exciting thing. Well, this one isn't that exciting. It's a D1 supporting a D terminal connector. It says D-VHS program, component video direct output, no screen display. Yeah, so what is D terminal? It's this little thing here using that mini delta ribbon style connector, and it's a way of getting component video out of machines without using 3 RCA plugs. Instead, it's one of those connectors, and depending on the D number, it gives you different capabilities. Let's just have a brief look at that. Here we go, look at this D terminal. So it says a bunch of stuff there. Depending on the D number, it's what resolution it supports. So it's a, this one's a D1. Disappointing, because that's only 480i in NTSC mode. Well, 525, it was a PAL machine. This is NTSC because it's from Japan. Yeah, it does go up to high definition modes. The other D-VHS which I got sitting over here, that is at least, well, it does 1080i out of it, so I guess it's D5. I don't know, anyway, we'll look at that one later. Anyway, for some reason there's only outputs at 480i on the D terminal, so it means you've got to use the Firewire output if you want to get actual high definition out of it, and it means you need a special TV that's got a Firewire input on it. Right, let's see what happens if we plug this thing in. Yeah, there's TVs that have Firewire inputs. Hang on. What I want to do is get rid of this cleaning thing so it doesn't destroy the video head. Don't know what's holding it in. Oh, you just pull it harder, okay. It's because that little foam thing there goes bad, and then it will ruin the heads rather than cleaning it. And this one seems to have all kinds of dust and fluff stuck in it, so definitely do not want that touching the video head. The video head also looks quite dirty. Alright, let's see if this turns on. Turns on, but it's angry about something. Oh, that belt was slipping. So it is actually in play mode. So I don't know what I was whinging about. Oh, there's a lot of crust on the tape. Okay, I think this thing needs a bit of a clean, but it does seem to be functioning, despite that weird kind of protest it did initially. We'll give it a tape path clean, and then try to actually get a video output from it and see what happens. And then we'll take it apart a bit more and have a look around. Just got to get some cleaning bits and pieces. Probably should have been more organized. Now imagine being organized. It's not really a thing, is it? Okay, we're going to give this thing a bit of a wipe down. Bit of a wiping down. Some kind of mark on the side of the video head there is not encouraging. Be careful when wiping the lower drum. It's being used a bit. There are marks on the capstan, marks on the pinch roller. The pinch roller is so close I can't get there to turn this thing around. Fluff everywhere. That's good. The power supply must be in reasonable shape then if it powered up without any problems. Definitely well used though. Dust. This thing probably cost a bit back in the day. It's like top end machine. It's weird that they won't output the high definition on. I guess it didn't really matter because most people would have had the proper TV. You're spending that much money getting this machine, then you're getting a proper TV as well with the Firewire input. I don't have one of those, unfortunately. I do have an HD VCR, which we could try getting the video onto. I don't know where that thing went. It's at the bottom of a pile way over there. And we could try that briefly, but previously I did not have any success getting Firewire like from a D-VHS into that thing. And I think it has a problem, which I can't tell whether that's the reason, because its SDI inputs and outputs didn't seem to work either. Not at high definition, which is a bit disappointing. Pre-ruined by somebody else. Okay, we'll give the head a proper clean. So the head motor on the top, you see the driver there. So we'll let that dry out a little bit, and we'll hook up some video outputs with a lot of hope that we'll see something happening. Now I think we got 2 sets of video outputs on this, didn't we? Yeah, so we'll plug that into one of them. Now I got another monitor. Fun, we got more exciting monitors. For some reason the audio didn't seem to work on it. But this guy, which we did a teardown of a long time ago, and it's got everything's too close together here. So on the back of this monitor, it's got component video inputs there, which you can see wired up with the PNC adapters. And that's on a kind of nice purple looking cable, and that goes to D terminal. So we should be able to get good high definition video coming out of this thing. Well, no, we can't, because it doesn't have, as we discussed, there is no, it's a D1 output, so it doesn't do high definition. Anyway, we'll hook it up anyway so we can see if anything comes out of the component things down the bottom, but they'll only come out when you're doing D-VHS tape. And we'll plug the composite output as well into the other output. Alright, we'll go to my favorite master HG tape. So we'll do a standard definition test to start with. Here we go. Look at that. It says channel 1. And then there's the menu. So there's some things. I don't know, what does that say? No cassette included. Okay, let's include this one. Ah, yeah. Yeah, the belt slips as well. Oh look, just works. No cassette included. Fast forward modes. Fast kind of slow modes. Reverse playing modes. Look at that, the picture is still good enough that the capture can see it, which is something we've not seen before. That must be the help of the 3D digital time-based corrector. Guess we can turn that off with that button. Oh, you can't even see what's going on. I'm pushing buttons down here. Yeah, it's with it on. That's with it off. No 3D time-based corrector. I don't know what that one is. S-VHS ET. We're not using that. We've got these jog controls. Forward, backwards. That's pretty exciting. So it all seems to be operational. So we get this tape out and we'll plop in this D-VHS tape and we'll see what that has to say for itself. Presumably that's one with something on it. Does not appear to have, well, it's hard to know, isn't it? It's not that hard to know because got another D-VHS tape that has definitely got tape on it because I have just tested it in another machine and it's played video in high definition. So we'll try that one. I think that belt's warmed up a bit now. Says no sync. I wonder what that means there. Try cleaning a tape. Really? Oh, try a cleaning tape. Are there different heads used for D-VHS? And are they ruined if there are? I don't know, I thought it would just use the normal heads, but they'd just be of a higher performance than the typical VHS heads. But there is more stuff on this video head, and it's possible that it's already sucked it. And that's why this was given away. Or cheap, or however I got it, I can't remember, it was a long time ago. In that case, if we can't get this one to play, well, I'll demonstrate this tape playing a bit later on. I wonder if that tape's dried enough yet. Does it even detect that it's D-VHS? Don't even know. It doesn't say the D-VHS light there isn't lit up. No, it's detecting it as S-VHS. Ah, okay. So that must mean that a detection device is not functioning. I'm pretty sure there's extra holes involved in this. You see that and that. So one of those is the S-VHS hole and the other one is the D-VHS hole. The only S-VHS tape I've got within range is this one here. It's not opened yet. Should we open it? Is that a good idea? It's like factory sealed good tape. I really want to... did find that it is this. I don't know what this is. Digital S? Is that the Panasonic version of... that doesn't make any sense, does it? Is that D-VHS? I don't know. I don't know why these exist. Like where it came from. But it's another thing that kind of looks like WVHS. Digital S format. Who'd have known? Anyway, the problem with this seems to be that it's detecting the tape as an S-VHS tape, not a D-VHS tape, which suggests that some kind of switch is somewhere down here. Ain't. I'm just going to load it multiple times. It might have a power supply issue. It's still saying that it's S-VHS. Of course it's not going to work because, yeah, it sees it as S-VHS. How far should we dig into this thing to see what we can do about it? Far, I guess? Pretty far? Let's just see if this front comes off easily. Guessing if I pull the tape mechanism off it's going to wreck everything. I guess you have to like pull these feet off and do all kinds of things, don't you? Now we're going to have to take this off anyway because we're going to look at the stuff that's down inside there. More dusty things. Now what happens? Did that help us in any way? Oh, it pushed buttons. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's like programming it, isn't it? I was wondering if that could help me see in there to where the switches are. Well, I can see the switch on one side, but not the other side. Hold on a moment, I will try and organize something. Found some tapes. Found interesting tapes. Look at this. It's a Maxell HGX Black High Grade Excellent Video and Sound. Not relevant, but it looked interesting, so I grabbed it. Another HGX Black Magnetite different version, RXAV. Epitixio video cassette. Excellent resolution for AV library use. That's pretty nice. Is that the one we just looked at? HGX Black. Okay. And then look at this, not even opened, brand new Maxell HGX Gold 120. Then here's some S-VHS tapes. That's what we're actually looking at. S-VHS and a Panasonic S-VHS one. Look at that, with interesting indications of how far it is through. So yeah, it was. Look at that. So that notch there is put on the. There was a VHS tape gone over here. So VHS tape has no holes. S-VHS has one on that side, and then the D-VHS, which is now lost, both sides. So I reckon what's happened is the machine is sad because the switch on that side where the D-VHS is gone. I don't know, I can see a little thing poking up which looks like it will be where the switch is for the S-VHS, but I can't see one on the other side for the S-VHS. So let's try to put this S-VHS tape in it and see if it does anything. I don't know if there's something on it, but anyway, we'll find out. Yeah, look at that. S-VHS, no worries. Some kind of exciting concert, so that's good. High quality S-VHS picture. We can jog back and forth, clean image. We can shuttle forward, we can shuttle back. Lovely, so yeah, S-VHS is fine. And I reckon the switch is broken off. Yeah, so that's coming from NHK BS2. But how do we get in there? I'm gonna unplug this for a while so that I can pull off the ribbon cables that are so the front panel can get out of the way. Am I recording then? I don't know. It accidentally got stopped because stuff leaned on the keyboard. Seems like I need a bigger workbench to do this stuff. Wider angle lens. All the things, it's all too tight here. Okay, while we're here, let's just look in the bottom because that's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna take all this bottom edge stuff off. Since this is our chance, we're gonna look inside the thing. If we don't manage to get it working, it does not matter. As long as we get to have a look inside, that's the fun part. Does this come off? Okay, so we've got to undo some screws beside the D terminal connector. Now we've got screws down in here, shorter than the other screws, just to make it extra exciting. Will this come off, or is there more stuff to do? No, there we go. Oh, look at that. So we get a really good view at a lot of dust. And as you can see now, there are various wires. Did I have a cloth or something I can wipe this thing on? Thought I'd bought tissues over. Just vanish. Here we go. It's all full of spider webs, spider nests, all sorts of good stuff in here. Now look at that, there's good ICs and things on the bottom of that board. And then in here, all sorts of good stuff in here. Look at that, a metal box. There's a couple of coax wires and a bunch of other wires. And yeah, look at that, component video, 3 shielded wires. Ah, the DV connectors are just on the edge of this little box. Oh, look at that. It's got all the great stuff in there. Bodges and all. Wow. That is dodgy. That is so dodgy. There's a surface mount resistor just chilling there. Oops. Check this out. There is a surface mount resistor, no, surface mount capacitor just sitting there, not attached to anything. It's just stuck down onto that tape. This was upside down. That's bizarre. And these bodge wires come all the way over there. Another one from there, and they go to the other side. There's the two firewire plugs. They've got a TMS 320 DSP chip there. Some JVC thing. JVC, FN, whatever that means. Just wondering, maybe we should take this module off and open the cover on the other side and have a look in there as well, just for fun. The other thing is there's some definite rework going on here. Something's happened. There's a lot of flux residue around there. I wonder if that's factory or whether this has been reworked. Who would know? Anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll put this cover back on and then we'll just tip it over, look under the other cover, then we'll carry on. Alright, what's on the bottom? Look at that. Oh, it's a heat sinking pad from that thing, okay. Interesting, so there must be some other guy on the bottom there, which we're about to have a look at. Yeah, look at that. So here's some business going on under there. Look at that. So it's got a corresponding one of theirs. So it transferred through multiple layers. So the bodge wires come out there, go over to that, there, and there's new ones going over there. Some kind of special JVC thingamabob there. A DV Explorer C Cube thing there. A Sony CXD something or other thing. Various memories. Is this the 3D time-based corrector perhaps? Maybe that thing there is the firewire interface. Looks like it, doesn't it? Is this small enough volume that it actually warranted doing this type of rework and rather than respinning the board? Don't know, but interesting. All kinds of good stuff going on in there. Digital PWB assembly. Okay, let's put that away. I just need to make an assessment of whether I can get the mechanism out in order to see what we can do about that switch thing. The S-VHS D-VHS switch. Okay, I might as well put this bottom panel thing back on, because I can't actually access any of the other stuff from down here. It all needs to be done from the top. Put all this back in position. Did I forget to screw stuff up? What are these screws over here for? For that weird back panel thing. Alright, let's actually see what's going on. Yes, all this stuff. Oh, I suppose we should have pulled that little surface mount capacitor out that wasn't going to anything, or maybe even looked to see where it might have come from. Anyway, we didn't do that, so too bad. Now, what are we going to do about this? Can the loading mechanism come off here without destroying the timing of it? Surely you can. I don't know. Could look in the service manual maybe? Come on. Will this whole thing just come out if I undo these? Ah, look at that. So there's coaxes from that digital box come out of this thing, which looks like it comes off the video head. Looks like the whole main board would have to come out. Just don't understand where the switch would be. I'm going to try find a service manual and have a look at it and see whether that helps in any way. Check this out. It's got show view. Well, this that says EU, so maybe this is, it's the PAL version, but the mechanical aspects are presumably similar. I wonder if I got a remote with it. Probably. That's all hoo-ha about hooking it up. Taking various things apart. Yeah, that does imply that you can just pull the tape loading mechanism out. Oh, is that how you get it back in? You've got to get a hole aligned that you can't even see. That's that business down there. Oh well. Is there anything that mentions pulling the mechanism off? You just need to go, oh, this one here, isn't it? Getting it into a servicing position. Oh, they just pull the whole thing out. You need to undo everything from the back. Or maybe that just all lifts out with it. Yeah, so they show how to lay it out with everything disconnected. There's a mechanism service mode. It says to enter the mechanism into every operation mode without loading any cassette tape. Mechanism service mode. Set to short two test points together onto this display assembly, then plug in the power. The loading operation occurs. Set the power connectors. I just want to see, is it supposed to have a switch on the other side? That's what I want to know, because I can't see one and I can't tell whether that's what the problem is. It would be over here somewhere. Maybe we've got to find exploded views. Look at that. Mechanism timing. Doing the tape compatibility adjustment by aligning the tape guides. Electrical adjustments is not really what we want to do here. We could either look at these schematics to try and find a switch, or maybe exploded views would help. Yeah, what a mess. Look at all that. That thing there, which comes up through that hole. That there, I believe, is the switch to tell whether it's a S-VHS or not. And that thing I can see, but there's nothing on the other side to tell whether it's D-VHS or not. It doesn't appear to be an equivalent switch thing on this side. Maybe that's normal then. Look at where that is on the edge there. So if it existed on the other side, it would have to be in more or less the same location, but on the other side there. And they don't seem to show one, so maybe that's a red herring, and there's a red herring? What does that mean? And there's some other reason why it won't go to D-VHS mode. That is disappointing, because yeah, I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. And I don't really want to spend all day trying to work it out, because we've got plenty of other things to get through and do. So I might we'll put it back together, we'll try it again just to see what happens, and then if we can't get the D-VHS to play on this, we'll play one on a different machine just so we can prove that it is possible. Okay, we've got the front panel back on. I'll just put this video out on and plug in the power. Oh yeah, there's a couple more screws, because I wonder what that's all about. Why does it just run? Maybe it is a bit angry about a number of things. It's definitely angry about a few things. Okay, we'll try the S-VHS tape. Properly detects as S-VHS. Plays beautifully. Seeks and all that business. Presumably has proper hi-fi sound. Oh, the audio levels seem pretty low. Yeah, it does look like it does. I think it's playing in stereo. Oh, was. What's happened now? Okay, it's just the cable got pushed by me bending the player up to look at something. Okay, so it's all great. We'll just try the D-VHS tape one more time just to see if it does anything. Or whether it still picks it up as S-VHS. Still picks it up as S-VHS for some reason. Yeah, so nothing's going to help in that case, unless we can work out why it's doing that. Don't know if that's a simple or difficult thing to resolve. I suppose we could look in the manual for ages to see how it detects that. If you feel sufficiently motivated, you could look it up and then let me know, because I'm not sure if I can be bothered with that. Oh no, I trapped the ribbon cables in the door opening thing. That's really, really bad. I have to take it off again. Oh, the front panel trapped the ribbon cables. Just lift it all off again. Position them properly. Okay, we're all clipped in properly. Now that this sort of chin spoiler thing to put on. That's where the remainder of those other screws go. That silvery one. Oh, that was on the middle center back part, wasn't it? Okay, we've reattached that. I think the only thing left is the panels. Now, the top cover side panel thingies to make it all fancy and high end. Very fancy. Long screws. Okay, well there's your look inside. There's a look inside a Victor HM-DR10000 D-VHS digital recorder, which sort of works for analog stuff and not digital stuff for some reason, because it doesn't seem to be able to detect the tape properly. But as promised, let's have a look at a actual D-VHS tape running properly. Go here, look at this thing. No, the power cord's not long enough, we have to reroute it. Got here an arena. This thing is fancy. Look at this. This is VCRs. Get the other camera on there because it's too big to get this up. But yeah, look at that. Proper Japanese plug, 2-pin, no excess stuff. Really good style. The whole world should transition to that because it's far superior to anything else. Okay, let's have a look at this thing. It's even got the remote, look at that. And it's got all the business. This isn't even a video about it, but here it is, look at this. Glass front, we should power it up. It's got blue lights. It's got a noisy fan. Glass front which slides open. Well, swings down. All rounded buttons, so you can't tell easily what any of them do. Front firewire, S-video input, various other things. Now if we look on the back, I've got an outlet even, so you can power your TV or other monitor, video camera, whatever you want on there. Fan, rating information on the top of the fan there. Toshiba, video inputs, the BS connectors, the cell lights, we've even got a Toslink out, got the other firewire port there on the back, and then we've got a D terminal, but this time it's a D4, which means it goes up to actual proper high definition output. So let's see it go. Let's get some action from it. So plug in D terminal. This is D terminal, and what we notice as soon as we plug that thing in is that all the cables are tangled up, which is good. The monitor's about to fall off the table, so that's good. It's come up. Well, it's on, yeah, so 480 60i by default. And then if we put a tape in, D-VHS tape, play that. Okay, add some text. Then it switches mode into 1080 60i, and there it is, all working wonderfully. No jog and shuttle on this though, it's too fancy for that. But we can seek it forward, like cue it, though you don't get an image for that. It breaks up. And there's pause. Yeah, it pauses. Clean pause. Let's try the other D-VHS tape that I was touching, just to see whether that did have something on it or not. Which was this one, I think, because we started from the beginning. Oh, I guess what we should also do is see, does it down mix these and have them come out the composite output as well? Down mix. So I've got to now reach behind. There you go, let's see, does this do anything? Yeah, look at that, there's something on that tape as well. Maruko Takashi Concert, volume 27 2003. Method. Now let's see, can I get this plug in? Am I even looking in the right ones? I do. Okay, so it won't down mix. It just completely turns off. Let's see if we have a look at the capture thing. It's showing now. Wow. It is, but you can't see it for some reason. It's really bright. It actually says 2CH there. And then when you enter play mode, well, you can see it for a little bit. So it disappears. It just goes to nothing, and the output is on the component only. Well, there you go. D-VHS doing its thing. Still awesome today. 1080i. 60 frames, I guess, interlaced video on VHS tapes. Whatever will they think of next? There you go. Hope you enjoyed a look at D-VHS machines, sort of. Well, got to see two of them, and one of them actually works. I've got another machine which is a more basic model which does also work. Maybe we'll have a look at that one at some point. But for now, that was Victor, whatever that number was, and this Toshiba one, an A-HD2000 with a nice glass front. And this monitor seems to work again, which is crazy because it was all bad for a while and wouldn't work at all, and now it's working again. Yeah, it had all those lines down the screen, but now it's back in business for some reason. Guess just sitting around doing nothing does wonders to it. Did wonders to it. Alright, stay tuned till next time and we'll take a look at something else.